Hey guys, what is up? Pro Gadget Reviews here, and today I'm going to review the Samsung Galaxy S4. So let's get started with design. Now this phone is very similar to the Galaxy S3 and also the Note 2 in pretty much everything, except for a couple of things that I'm going to show you right now. Now if you look closely, I don't have the Galaxy S3, but I do have the Galaxy Note 2 right here, and you can see there's a huge difference in size, although it's only half an inch, but it does look like much more. Now if we take a look at the back of these two phones, you'll notice that both phones are organized pretty much identical in the back, almost. So as you can see here, the battery placement, I'm going to remove this, is same location, you know, and also the micro SD and the SIM ports are also in the same location, unlike the Galaxy S3. The only difference here is that the speaker here does look different, and the flash is located under the camera and not on the side. Another difference that makes the S4 special out of the whole bunch is that the S4, if you look closely, will have a nice texture on the color, both on the white version and the blue or gray version, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, I actually really like this texture. It makes it look much nicer, and I really like what they did here. Another cool thing is the bezels here and the sides. First of all, the bezels here, they made them much thinner than on the Galaxy S3 and Note 2, and also the sides, as you can see, it feels like plastic, and it might be plastic, but it looks like brushed aluminum, and that gives it a really nice premium look. And I actually have been complimented a lot about this phone's looks. It looks actually really good and is very light, weighing at only 133 grams, which is pretty much standard, but because of the 5-inch screen, so it's a pretty big phone, when you hold it, it does feel much lighter than the S3 or the Galaxy Note 2. So it is very, very comfortable to hold, and I actually really like this phone. I could actually reach almost every portion of the screen, as you can see right here. Anyways, now that we're finished talking about design, let's talk about hardware. This phone will be sporting a Galaxy Octa core, which is two clusters of quad cores, one clocked at 1.2 GHz and one at 1.6 GHz, which means that it should be conserving more battery, so your phone would last longer, but it would also have a lot of power when you need to. So it's a pretty nice concept, and I have to say, I'm going to talk about the battery soon, it works really good. In addition, you'll have 2 GB of RAM, a 13 megapixel camera, and a lot of other features such as Android 4.2.2, the hand gestures, and Smart Scroll, and I'm going to show you all that right now. And that brings us to software. So as I mentioned before, this phone is going to be running Android 4.2.2 with the new TouchWiz Nature UI, and we're going to have a look at it right now. Now first of all, as you can see, I'm using a live wallpaper here, and if I hover my hand above, you'll see that there's a dot following, already detecting my finger, so that is pretty cool. I play with this when I'm really bored, you know, it's nice. So anyways, let's get this open, and let's take a look at the UI. Now if you never liked TouchWiz, then you're still not gonna like it. Nothing much has changed, and it is basically the same thing with some added features. Now if we take a look here, you'll see that it does have the same transition from page to page, and the app drawer does look the same. But you will notice a difference when I pull down the notification bar right here. You will notice it looks a little bit different, and also if I scroll right here, you'll see that it shows me all the notification options that exist here instead of just a small selection like on the older version. Now if I click over here, you'll see it opens up the whole notification settings, and this enables me to activate all kinds of options. As you can see, I have Smart Stay and Smart Call, which is disabled right now because I actually don't find these features so useful, but I will demonstrate them very soon. Now if you click here on the edit button, you will have options to organize which will come first. You see I can move this here if I use this more frequently. So that's pretty cool, you can organize, but I'm just going to leave it like this because this is really good. Another major change for the better on the Galaxy S4 is the camera. Now the camera quality has improved, but that's not the aspect that has really changed here on the Galaxy S4. What really changed here is the features that are on the camera. Now, as you can see, I don't know why it's not loading, Here you go, guys. This is live what I wanted to show you guys. This has happened to me already 3 times before. I opened the camera app and the camera, well, the phone crashes. It just restarted, guys. This is a live example. I was planning on telling you, but look, here we go. We have a live example of a problem on this phone. So you should know that, guys. I've never seen a video where the HTC One lags on the camera. So you should know that this happens. It happens occasionally. It happens very rarely, but it happens. So that sucks. Samsung, you better fix that because that is not good. Anyways, guys, let's get back to our camera. Anyways, now that we got the camera open, let's talk about all these cool features that the camera will have. Now, the main changes about the camera is not the sensor, as I said before. It is the all kinds of features that you'll have here. Now, if you click this button right here, mode, it'll enable you to choose from all sorts of modes that you have in the camera, which are pretty cool actually. Now there's auto, which is default, just taking normal pictures, and then you have beauty face, which I haven't taken a look at yet, but we'll take a look at it very, very soon. We have best photo, which just takes a bunch of photos and you could choose the best photo out of all the bunch. We have best face, which actually enables you to like change, well, it takes a lot of photos and it only changes the face of the person in the photo to, well, to choose the best face. So I guess that's pretty nice, although I'm probably not going to be using that. We have sound and shot, which is just a picture with sound in the background. Pretty cool concept. We have the drama shot, which I'm going to show you an example of an image of taking a drama shot right here. Pretty cool. Just to, you know, duplicate a couple of times your movement of an object or someone passing by. We have the animated photo, which is just basically taking a GIF. HDR, you already know. Eraser, which is pretty cool, actually removes objects and people from the background by taking a sequence of photos and then removing people moving by, so that's pretty cool. And we all know what panorama is. And sports is just taking pictures of fast moving objects. And night is just amplifying light. Anyways, now that we're done talking about these boring features, let's take a look at the camera quality. If you look at these pictures, you'll see that the Galaxy S4 performs very well in light and actually takes really good macro photos. As you can see, you could really get in close and the pictures are very, very sharp. Now, the default settings are set to 9.6 megapixels, but over here, some of the photos are in 13 megapixels and some are 9.6. Now, as you can see, in a photo of low light, you'll notice that it's not that good. It gets the job done. It's not even close to the way the HTC One performs in low light. But then again, the HTC One is not even close to the quality on the S4 in light condition, in good lighting conditions. So I would say that the S4 has a really great camera, guys. And if I have to go somewhere with the camera to take pictures, I might not even take my Canon. I might even just take this because the quality here is really good. Anyways, guys, now that we're finished talking about the camera, let's move on. Let's talk about the gestures, smart scroll, smart stay, and all these features that have been added to the Galaxy S4. I'm going to start with the Air View actually, because I really like that feature. Now if I open up the gallery right here and go back, what Air View basically does is allows me to hover my finger over something and it will show me a preview of it, which is pretty darn cool, I have to say. It's like the Galaxy Note 2 except I don't need the pen. So I could just hover over, and this actually works pretty well. And it does not only need to be used for photos, you could also go into messaging and just right here, you see? So that's pretty cool, guys. I actually like this feature. The next feature I'm going to talk about is hand gestures, which basically allows me to hover my hand over the sensor or the screen and it'll scroll through the gallery or internet, web pages, as you can see right here. I could just move my hand from the bottom to the top of the screen and it'll just scroll down or up. Pretty cool. Another cool feature about these hand gestures, which is basically, let me just disable that multitasking, is when the screen is off and is laying down, I could hover my hand over it and it'll show me a nice preview of the notifications. See right here? So I actually like that. That's a really nice feature. benchmarks. You probably want to know how much the Galaxy S4 scores on benchmark, although you probably already do know, but I'm going to show you anyways. So I have screenshots already ready for you. I don't want to waste your time. So we have the Geekbench 2, where it got 3556. Very impressive. It's better than any phone on the market right now, on Geekbench 2 at least, and is the highest score. Also, this is the highest score I ever got, and I've used this a couple of times, so that's really high, guys. We have Quadrant, where I scored 12,822. Blows everything out of the water, guys. It's about the same thing as the HTC, maybe even a little higher, although the results may differ because some phones might get 13,000, some might get 11,050, you know, I mean 500, you know, so it's all about luck, I guess. I don't know, but still, guys, result is very impressive. And remember, not only benchmarks, you know, are the factor of speed, because the HTC does stutter much less if it does stutter at all. Now guys, I'm sorry about this, but I am not going to talk about Smart Stay or Smart Scroll because it is a complete waste of time. They do not work well, they are very uncomfortable to use, and it's just not worth mine or your time, guys, so let's move on. Anyways, guys, if I'm not going to talk about Smart Scroll, Smart Stay, at least I'm going to talk about the IR blaster built into the Galaxy S4, which allows me to control TVs, and I must say, this works surprisingly very well, and the interface is amazing. Now, as you can see, if you look at the TV right there, you're going to swipe down here, and I'm going to click Source, and as you can see, the source opens up there. I don't know if you can see that, and I could just scroll down there, all through the phone. It works very well, guys. Sorry for the noise, and it's really good, guys. So definitely one of the cool features about this phone. It works really well. Now it's time to talk about battery. One of the most, if not the most important factor of a phone. And I must say, guys, I am not disappointed with the battery here. Now, as you can see over from the screenshot, I'm on 1% battery and it lasted 11 hours and 40 minutes. Now you must be thinking, whoa, you know, that's not that long. I mean, my phone lasted 24 hours, mine lasted 48, but it's not about that, guys. The thing is, if I move to the side right here, the screen was on for 3.5 hours. First of all, look at this cool coincidence. I did not do this purposely, actually. You see, 3 hours, 33 minutes, 33 seconds. That's pretty cool. Thumbs up for that. Anyways, so that's a long time for the screen to be on. 3.5 hours is insane, especially on a full HD screen at 441 ppi. So that's insane. And also, half that time it was on full brightness. So pretty impressive, guys. I gotta take my hat off for the Galaxy S4's battery because it might be even better than the Galaxy Note 2. And the Galaxy Note 2 has a sick battery. Well then, guys, now that we spoke about pretty much almost every aspect of the phone, it's time to sum it all up with some notes and stuff. So I'm gonna tell you guys, this phone is amazing. It's definitely worth upgrading from the S3 because it's just a great phone. The quality of the picture, the camera, the screen, everything here has been improved drastically, except for the UI. The UI is like the same thing, but still, guys, I really think it's worth upgrading if you're thinking. Although you want to wait unless you want to wait for the Note 3. The Note 3 is gonna come out in, well, there's all kinds of release dates, you know, rumored. I think it's gonna come out in around the end of August, something like that, just like the Note 2. So if you want to wait, you could wait, but know that the Note 3 might be significantly larger than the Note 2, and the Note 2 is already big enough, I have to tell you. More than that is it's just ridiculous. I really hope they keep it the same size because they'll just kill it with the size, and I will be buying it, and I want to buy it. So as I said, they're worth buying, guys. Although it has some problems, you see, although all the speed and everything, the phone does stutter sometimes, and I did show you the way the camera crashed. So you know, the phone does have its problems, but it's still a great phone, guys. Don't get me wrong. Everything here works fine except for that stupid camera problem. So I would say go get this baby, unless you want the HTC One. I'm sure both of these buys are a great idea, and you won't be disappointed of any of them. HTC, if you're more into design and build quality, I would go for the HTC One. Also, the HTC One does have a more elegant UI. So, yeah, it's all up to you guys. Either way, it's gonna be a good choice. So that sums up the review of the Galaxy S4. Oh, and one more thing that I just wanted to note. You know, not really a big feature because it already exists on the Note 2. It's just the multitasking. You already know what this is, guys. I'm not gonna show you it because it's been featured on the Note 2 also. So I have no reason to show you what it is. It's just the same thing, just they made it white this time. So not a really big surprise. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This review actually took me a long time to make because I had to film it twice. Because the first time some files were corrupted and I was working on After Effects and then it crashed after like 5 hours and they didn't save anything and I was really pissed, you know. It took me like 2 days to get over it. So, but here you go, guys. I made the video, you see. Although I didn't want to and it drove me crazy, but I did it, guys, because I love you guys. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching and have a great day.